Hello, everyone. Today we have a very special guest with us, Dr. Gaurav Davee. He is coming from India and he's going to make our first interview in our Namaste Speak series. So, welcome, Doctor. Please introduce yourself.
Namaste, myself is Dr. Gaurav Davee. I'm from a city called Panvel, which is near to the Mumbai, in the part of New Bombay, and I'm in the field of Ayurveda since last around 9 to 8 years in a clinical experience, but in connection with the Ayurveda since last 2003, and we have a tradition in our family around my generation is around is fifth generation of Ayurveda. Means we have more than 400 years of Ayurveda in our generation.
So, this part of India that you're coming, it's nearby Mumbai, right?
Yes, the city called Panvel is a 45 kilometer from the Mumbai airport.
And please tell me, and for the people that is watching, a little bit of how different kind of Ayurveda you can experience in India itself. The Ayurveda that it's in the north part of India, in the south part of India, is this difference important or not? Please talk a little bit about
If most of the people think that the south part of India are more famous for the Ayurveda for their tradition, but I would like to say if you want to see the different aspect of Ayurveda, you need to travel whole part of India, because in the South India, they most of the time they, according to my experience, they do not use most of the metallic preparation we call the bhasmas. But in the west part of India and in the north part of India, most of the people like to use bhasma, that called the metallic preparation in the practice, to cure chronic diseases in a very rapid manner.
So we could say that the South Ayurveda style is less intensive in the procedures because they usually take a little bit more time, external procedures, and the North part because there is a little bit more of cold weather, there is not so much easiness to do some external applications. They develop more kind of internal medicine with basmas and this kind of stuff.
In south part of India, that they use a lot of they use a panchakarma as their major tool in the starting of a treatment after the purva karma. But I would like to say, I mean, that they give more importance to the panchakarma in their treatment, in their OPD basis, in their clinics. But the north part and the west part of India, they prefer to give first the shaman chikitsa, and then they prefer the panchakarma as a tool in the treatment.
So explain for the people that is watching the idea of shaman treatment, please.
The
Doctor.
shaman itself, that when the doshas are not much aggravated, at that time we use the shaman chikitsa. That means we give the internal medicine first. We do the ampachana, any medicine which we give inside the body through the oral cavity for the control the doshas. That's called the shaman chikitsa. But when the doshas are aggravated much more, then we need to pull them out of the body. For that time we need a tool called the panchakarma, which is very effective. And if you get the panchakarma treatment in an authentic manner, I think that will be a very good effect on a body, and that particular patient will get cured many times.
So just for clarification, is it Shamana and Shodhana procedure a part of Panchakarma, or we should think mainly Panchakarma when we just speak loosely as the Shodhana, as the purgation part of Panchakarma?
Before the panchakarma, there is a one most important procedure called the amapachana. Means we need to prepare our body to do the panchakarma. So to do the amapachana, we need to take some herbs and medicine inside the body, and after that we can go for the exact procedure of panchakarma. So shaman chikitsa itself include the amapachana, means Amapachan means the whatever the toxins or the undigested food material they have inside the body, we need to digest first, and then we need to go for the panchakarma. Just like I would like to give some good example that already mentioned in the text, that when we do the coloring to our house from inside, first what do the painter, that first rub the previous paint, and then he start to putting a new paint. Same we are doing that. We need to digest our previous toxins from the body, and then we need to do the panchakarma. Otherwise patient many times can get the complication of the
Yes, this is a
panchakarma.
very
Yes.
important topic. I would like to make it like a kind of provocation here. Do you think that in India, not only in India, the Panchakarma industry to make a lot of money from Western people is a kind of problematic situation, the way that it's usually a thing that people want, I want to give some detox,
Yeah.
and people they pay a lot of money, even if it's not on the resorts and this kind of stuff. I would like to provoke you in the sense that is not panchakarma being used in a very monetarian way?
See, the first important thing, that the patient or person who who will going to take the treatment, he never should decide which kind of panchakarma he need.
But
That is that
should the person, is it possible the person to decide I want to do panchakarma or not? It should be just like a personal decision, or it should be more a clinical decision.
it when suppose the patient have the some diseases, and they went to the they went to the clinic, only by heard the name of panchakarma, and they say to doctor, oh, I want to do the panchakarma. But it is not the thing that the panchakarma, the procedure should be advised by the expert ayurveda, the physician. Then only it can be a successful, because panchakarma is not like a easy thing. They should be done under the expert opinion and expert observations.
So we should not consider panchakarma a kind of detox.
No, no.
Detox is just a very light
Yeah,
word
that
for
is the light
panchakarma.
word, because the panchakarma concept is very deep, and need to understand first what is the panchakarma, and what kind of procedure patient have been. So that is needs to understand first the people, that panchakarma is not only the detox word which people use nowadays in the market.
So if you go to a clinic and they put panchakarma detox, you should be,
No,
I
yes.
don't know, maybe no.
So see, in every profession, not in a profession of Ayurveda, but every profession have their two sides. First is a good side, and second we can say the dark side of the profession. So in the medical profession, or we can say in Ayurveda, nowadays the people who do not have much knowledge of panchakarma, but they try to earn more and more money in a commercial way by advising people wrong way, that you need to do panchakarma. And then many time patient do not have the knowledge of panchakarma, and they get ready for that, and they spend a lot of money. But if really patient need panchakarma or not, if after this procedure, if suppose patient will get any kind of complication, then that doctor will get the bad effect. But at last what happened, that particular patient do a negative publicity, not only about that particular doctor, but also Ayurveda. So for me concern, that Ayurveda should not be blamed like this in future.
So we should not think that Ayurveda and Panchakarma are just like resort clinics where you go for detox, because they can give problems, serious problems,
Yes, exactly.
for your health,
Yes.
if you go in this kind of
Yes.
spa mode to
Yes,
Panchakarma.
exactly.
Okay, so considering this spa topic, I would like to make some consideration about the Ayurveda in the West now. Okay, in the West, Ayurveda in Europe it was mostly related to spa and very costly treatments, and in the United States related to nutrition, to dietetics, and this kind of stuff. Um, but the sole principle of Ayurveda to enhance its spirituality, it's maybe completely lost, let's
Yes.
say. So please talk a little bit about the spiritual side of Ayurveda and what are the problems, the dangers that the West can face about treating Ayurveda as just like to beauty industry and supplements industry, this kind of stuff, please.
Ayurveda said that first important thing that they give more importance to how they Ayurveda never gives the first important to how to get the disease cured by the medicine. The first important thing that Ayurveda needs, Ayurveda said that we need to maintain our health with the help of following the good we have the guest.
Hello everyone.
So Ayurveda said that we need to maintain our health with the following the good dinacharya, good diet, and everything. So the spirit, if I would like to speak about the spiritual aspect, then Ayurveda said that there is a very special kind of the treatment called the mantra chikitsa, in that we give a mantra, or they already given in an ancient text, that for example Ayurveda given in a Bhaishajya Ratnavali is one of the important ancient text, and they suggest one mantra called the Vishnu Sahasra Namavali, and they written that if anyone chant the Vishnu Sahasra Namavali, means thousand words of Vishnu, and then that particular person will never get any kind of fever in their whole life. And it's so much true that I advise to the people that they need to chant the Vishnu Sahasra Namavali. The chikitsa mantra chikitsa is very powerful. Only the thing is that patient should believe on this, then only they can get the result. The belief system should be a very strong.
And this is a very important difference aspect. I was looking in the library to see if I could find the Baishal, but I'm not finding it up still. But the point is that in Ayurveda, the role of the intention, the role of the mind of the person, it's incredibly important.
Yes.
So I'd like for you to speak a little bit about the joint aspect between Ayurveda, yoga, Vastu, and the other sister sciences that make this spiritual complex approach, please.
See, the first important thing that Ayurveda, Yoga, Jyotish, means astrology, Vedic astrology, they are the many people do not believe this. Some people says, oh, Jyotish, no, are you crazy? So I would like to say that they all this all big shastras or science are exist in the world because they have something, they have the important role in our life. That is why they are exist. Otherwise they does not exist in the world. So I would like to say to people, at least you should take the one experience of each shastras, and if you will not get the good result, then it's a different thing. But without your testing and without any experience, we cannot blame any sciences.
So let's just explain a little bit to people that is watching what is yoga, what is Vastu, what is Jyotish, because maybe people don't know these words. Maybe people are just watching. Just a brief overview.
I can say about the Yoga Shastra, but I cannot say about Vastu Shastra, because I don't have the knowledge about Vastu Shastra.
Okay.
Most important thing about the yoga, which I like, which I experience, even Ayurveda and yoga, Atma, or the in Portuguese we say alma.
Yes.
Or
the
mind.
Soul.
Yes, soul. Without mind, our body is useless. So how to control our mind, how to control the instability of mind, we can learn from the Yoga Shastra.
So we have this concept of soul in Ayurveda, and this is very core concept, right?
Yes.
Without a soul, our machines and our mind is just completely lifeless.
Yes, just I always said that if you have lot of talent, but that talent only be useful if your mind is very much stable. But if your mind is not stable and you have a lot of talent, that talent is useless, because we cannot make a right decision on the right time. So how we can control our mind, how we can control the instability of mind? The answer is with the help of the practice of yoga shastra.
Okay.
So it is most important thing that if if you want to do the practice of yoga shastra, it does not mean you need to do a very difficult asanas.
Yes. So,
So
yoga is not mainly related to doing some difficult and
asanas,
circles and Chinese
yes,
stuff
exactly,
things.
exactly. So I would like to always say the thing that whenever you practice the yoga shastra, the basic asana is a vajrasan. You need to practice.
Vajrasana is sitting
Yes,
in if the knees
yes,
just like
yes.
that Japanese
This,
and
yes,
those.
this is very basic asana. If you learn that asana technically, and if you practice 3 to 4 minutes daily, it will be enough for us to control the instability of mind, and we can channelize the energy in the perfect direction.
And this is completely different from our perception of yoga of
This
this
is, I have seen that.
crazy.
Yes, I have seen the many Western people. I would not like to say that is the wrong, but I would like to say what is the right.
Okay.
So I would not like to criticize any people. Oh, you are doing wrong. You are doing blah blah like this. But I would like to share my own experience.
The traditional way of
Yes,
yoga
yes.
is kind of stuff.
And second important thing about the yoga shastra is how many years you are practicing is does not matter, but while the practicing, how many minutes your mind concentrate on your body, it does matter always.
Yes, this is just
most
like
important
probably
thing.
the next Namaste Speaks that I'm going to record. It's going to be on yoga because I was speaking about science, about
Yes.
Ayurveda, about spirituality
Yes.
in the other
Yes.
lectures, and this is very important. What should yoga do with you?
Yes,
Because the main point of yoga is to bring stability to your mind,
Yes.
and this can bring your soul
Yes.
to a level that it's more touchable because
Yes.
the mind is not the
Yes,
turmoil
exactly.
in the surface.
And the ultimate aim of the yoga shastra is to get the moksha. But for our people, we are very common people.
Yeah,
We are
the
so for
moksha
us it is
concept now.
for me it is for
It's
me
too much.
Yes, for me it is
for
not.
the moment. Okay.
But really, those people who do not want to involve in the family, in any kind of relation, only want to spend their whole life with the spirituality, they should try for the moksha. Let's try. And
yeah, but just for clarification, moksha would be the final attainment of yoga,
yes,
of liberation of any kind of desires and
Yes.
attachment.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it's not the point now.
Yes.
And with your trips to the Western countries and to Brazil, to Mexico, to other countries, what would you like to say about your experience? What are you as Indian observe of these different
Yes.
cultures, or maybe about your experience in Ayurveda? Please share.
In the
Some of
Western
your-
countries, I have seen that. I would like to say that in Western countries that when we speak about Ayurveda, they only think that Ayurveda means the Abhyanga. That is the most painful thing for me when they, oh, you're Ayurveda doctor means you know Abhyanga. So that is kind of when they speak like this to me when I said that I'm from India and I'm a Ayurveda doctor. It is very painful that they only consider Ayurveda as a Abhyanga or a massage. So it is not so. They need to learn more and more, at least basic things. I'm not telling them to learn very deep, but at least basic things, they when they learn, they will get that how the depth of Ayurveda and how the Ayurveda thinks.
And please share a little bit about these basic things that
The basic-
for people that are watching.
First, I would like to say the basic definition of Ayurveda in a very simple manner according to ancient texts. First in Sanskrit, then I will explain in English. It's they written hita hitam sukham dukkham ayustasya hita hitam manam cha taccha yatroktam ayurvedaha sa uchyate. So they said in text that what is a good thing for our life and what is a bad thing for our life, that these things mention in such a science that called Ayurveda. It is a simple thing. And second, if I would like to, I would like, when we say the word Ayurveda, that the Ayurveda word is composed of the two different words. First it's Ayuhu and second is a Veda. So Ayuhu is a life and Veda is science. So it is a science of life. It's simple.
Okay.
So it is not only medical science,
Yes.
it is the science of life, how we should live our life from the birth till the end.
In a way, Ayurveda is medical science, is biology, is psychology,
everything,
is
everything.
nutrition,
Yes.
it's physiotherapy,
Yes.
it's beauty,
Exactly,
it's
everything.
and it's also in a way the kind of system that helps you to develop your spiritual background and this kind of stuff. But one question is important, doctor. Is it necessary for the person to practice Ayurveda to follow Hinduism or this kind of stuff?
See, it is not important that you should always follow the Hinduism to learn Ayurveda, but it is, as you know, that Hindu religion is very old religion. The mantra part which explain in Ayurveda, that is very close to the Hinduism.
Okay.
Because it is related with the god of Hinduism. So if they want to the practice of the mantra, they need to learn the Sanskrit and they need to follow the Hinduism.
Now a very tricky question. The word mantra, one of the explanations that I'm used is that it's manas trayate. It's the liberation. It's a kind of pacification. It's a kind of releasing from the mental pressures.
Yes.
So in this sense, if a person chants just like Gregorian chants, if the person chants some Native American kind of spiritual music, do you think that this also can be considered a kind of mantra?
No, it is not. I would like to say that if whenever somebody advise you to chant mantra, that it is most important thing that how do you pronounce that mantra while practicing, because as mantra give you the good result in your life, but if there is a part called the bija mantra, if you pronounce that,
the bija mantra is just like a root sound. Just for example, in the word Ganesha, the bija mantra in this word is gam. Just for an example.
So if they pronounce wrong every day, then they can get the bad effect on their life.
Okay. And about your experience in Latin America, in Mexico, in Brazil, what is your experience in these third world countries, let us say, because United States, in Europe, people usually spend a lot of money in medical supplements and this kind of stuff. But I would like for you to share how many times you have been to Brazil, to Mexico, to other countries, and what your experience in these places, practicing Ayurveda, teaching Ayurveda, and please do some.
I have been, first I would like to say to our people that this is, I am a third time in Brazil. I have been to the Argentina and just 15 days before I was in Mexico. So I have been this only 3 countries of the Latin.
But they are very expressive for the Latin countries.
So in this in these 3 countries, I realized that the Brazilian people or the Brazilian therapists know more knowledge of Ayurveda as compared with the other countries.
Okay.
I don't
even if to Argentina.
Yes. It's what I feel when I communicate with the therapist. I communicate with the native people. It's not only with the therapist professional people, but when I communicate with the normal people. For example, when I'm traveling through the taxi, then I usually ask to the driver, how are you? Then I ask, and then the ultimate aim behind that discussion that I want to know that how much normal people, layman from the here knows about Ayurveda.
Okay.
So when I travel across these three countries, I got such an experience that the Brazilian people know more about Ayurveda than other countries.
It's very
Maybe it is a strange for the you or maybe the other Brazilian
I
people.
would think that in Argentina, since they already have some kind of university and they have a kind of regulation there, because in Brazil we're still
Yes.
Reaching that point.
Yes.
But it's interesting to see your
Yes,
point of view.
exactly.
Because
See, this conclusion I'm speaking here in front of the people because this is the experience which I got in this whole tour. Not only this, 2 years back, and then 2015, 2016, 2017.
Okay.
And so it's like this kind of experience I got, and just I'm speaking the truth.
And what is good advice that you would give for people in Brazil, Argentina, Mexico that are studying Ayurveda? What do you recommend them?
I would like to recommend them first thing that there is a big issue here in Latin America. The people cannot speak English.
Okay.
So I would like to say the people who cannot speak English, it is very difficult to them to learn the ancient text like a Charak, Sushrut and Vagbhata or maybe the other Sharangdar Samhita, Bhaishya Ratnavali, Yoga
Oh, I
Ratnakar.
found the book.
Yes.
I'm taking. This is one example.
Yes.
That you were speaking.
Yes.
Yes.
Vaisajya Kalpana Vijnanam.
Yeah, we spoke of this in the part of mantra. I was just looking in the library, but the library is still not completely organized.
So it is most important thing that if you cannot read the Sanskrit, it's no problem. But if the people who can understand English and who can speak English very well, I would like to request them people that you should try to read ancient textbooks from the English translation.
Yes.
And it is not so that you should read all book every day, all whole book in a one day, 1 month. You at least you can read like 2-3 pages every day. It's simple thing. But the people makes them complex. Oh, Ayurveda is difficult. Ayurveda is only difficult when we think Ayurveda is difficult.
Yes, this is a very important statement. And doctor, about your clinic in India, about your treatments there, about your blog, please tell about a little bit about your work and how people can get in contact with you.
I give the consultation in a city called the Panvel, which is 45 kilometers from Mumbai airport, and we have the Panchakarma center. Me and my cousin brother called the Dr. Amit Dave. We both give the we both give the treatment, pure Ayurveda treatment with the Panchakarma, and we most of the time we give the herbal preparation like a herbal single herb drugs. Also, we use the metallic preparation also such a it's depend upon the patient and
this is very important in the West. This is not it's not possible to get.
That I would like to clear that herbal mineral preparation called the bhasma. See how we all knows that metal is a toxic in the nature and they can harm our body, but in Ayurveda they mention in the special branch called the Rasi Shastra. They mention that we can use the metals in our treatment only when we should do the detoxification of the metal called the shodhana in Sanskrit. We should do before the using them, and we should do in authentic manner. Then only we get a very excellent result in a very short period, and they give a long-term effect.
I have already used them in India, and I usually say to people, this is like the chemotherapy of Ayurveda, because it's really powerful. You should be quite careful of whom you're buying, where you're using, because the product it's safe if it's produced correctly. If it's not, it's completely harmful.
And I would like to say to the people who said, oh, Ayurveda means late effect, you need to take a long-term treatment. This is the old perception in even in India. People say, oh, Ayurveda, it takes a lot of time to get cure. So I would like to say those people who says like this, oh, Ayurveda is a time-consuming procedure or time-consuming treatment, then that people do not know about the Ayurveda, because there is a one branch called the Rasa Shastra, which when you use the metallic preparation, they give the very fast result. And it is a very strange for the patient also, that how I can get cure within a 7 days.
Yeah, it's really amazing, the this chemotherapy
Yes, exactly.
approach of
Because
Ayurveda.
they have their penetration power of the bhasmas is very fast, and they go more and more
And
deep.
this only can be properly used
Yes,
and
exactly.
buyed in India and some nearby countries.
And I would suggest people always, if you want to buy the metallic preparation from India, then you should go for the some brand like the Dudpapeshwar. There is a brand called Unja, then there is Aura, then Baidyanath, then Dabur. There are several brands that are
And this is
authentic, and
important.
yes.
Never buy cheap
Yes,
basmas.
exactly.
Never.
There is a
Maybe
there,
they will kill
yes,
you.
there is a one pharmacy in the state called Rajasthan. The name of the pharmacy is Shri Gopal Krishna Pharmacy. I think, this is my experience, that this is authentic pharmacy who made a large scale of the metallic preparation with a low cost. Why they low cost? Because they have the trust, so for them it is very easy, or they can afford the low cost medicine.
This is exception.
Yes, an exception. So if you want to buy the metallic preparation in a low cost, then that is a Shri Gopal Krishna Pharmacy, Rajasthan, and city name is Kaleda. They have excellent result, and you can get this medicine from the Pune if you want, or directly from the Rajasthan.
So, doctor, thanks for your participation. Your
Yes.
blogs is below, and you
Yes.
have the information there.
Yes.
Would you like to tell some final
Yes,
things to the
I would
people?
like to say to the professional people of Ayurveda is from the western part, that it is not difficult to learn the authentic Ayurveda. Just we need to read ancient textbooks again and again. Then you will get the what exactly the ancient Charak Sushrut Vagbhata actually wanted to say us the message. So we can only get that authentic message when we read the same text again and again.
True.
Yes.
So, doctor, thank you very much for your participation. I hope I can be your host another times. And we are going for the final mantra chanting. And see you soon.
Yes.
And there was this mark there, all the video, but okay, people are going to survive. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. That this information bring good knowledge for people.
Yes.
And thanks for everything, doctor. It was very nice to
Namaste
receive
to all.
your interview. Namaste, everyone. See ya.